Okay, first off, if you go to my milestone tracker, on the third page of that website, you have the main page, the home, you have the guest book, and then you have a third page that I just added. Today at school, I had an hour off and was bored, so I wrote a kind of an NFL article through the first 11 weeks of the season. Pretty long. I have power rankings. I have defensive player of the year so far. I just discuss whatever comes to my mind, so you guys can go check that out and let me know what you think. It's just a different medium. Pretty much the same thing I do now, just with a different medium. So give that a go. Now, anyway, moving on to week 11. Wrapped up last night, of course. Guess as usual, I talk about Seattle first. Solid game. 30-23 win over Chicago. Things went pretty well. This new pass-happy, wide-open offense using 3 or 4 receivers and passing 2 out of every 3 plays or so. It's working nicely. I'm happy with that. Matt's playing really well. First time in 2 months he's gone interceptionless in a game, so it's nice to see that. Happy with that. Hackett's back, and you guys know I like Hackett. I think he's our best receiver. I think that if he ever gets to play a full 16 games in a season, he's gonna really be a force to reckon with. So he had a great game. Deion Branch got back finally. I'm grateful for that. Got a couple of catches. Bobby Engram continues to have a really good season, kind of out of nowhere, and you keep waiting for him to fall off because he doesn't have it for much longer, but he's getting it done. All around pretty happy. We went for it on fourth down a couple times and nailed it. There's just not a lot else to say. We were productive running the ball when we did. With defenses now keen on us passing the ball like they are, it's easier to run. So if Alexander can get healthy this season, I think he's going to step back into the starting lineup. He is still better than Maurice Morris. Some people don't agree with that, but that's definitely what I think. And he's going to be looking a little better now, I think, with defenses keen on the passing attack. Just everyone got involved a little bit in this. Nate Burleson only had 1 catch for 4 yards, but he got in the end zone, so I'm not going to complain. He had good returns. So he's finding his own ways to contribute to the wins. Defensively, we got okay pressure early in the game. We gave up that long touchdown to Benson early, which was kind of embarrassing because everybody went left and he just cut right and basically jogged into the end zone. We went down 10-0 early, but after that we clamped down. Only gave up 10 points until the final minute of the game when they pretty much just threw up a field goal in kind of a desperation thing. So that's pretty cool. After Benson initially broke off 2 long runs for 63 yards, we shut him down the rest of the day. Adrian Peterson didn't do much either. For one of the few times this season, the Bears receivers actually had a real good game. Berrien made some great catches. Muhammad made plays. For the most part, they just really played well. Better than they have perhaps at any point this season. So, you have that. Grossman played probably maybe his best game of the season. It gives you hope for the future as a Bears fan. And the Bears played better than I thought they would, and most thought they would. So, good job on that. Rex played well. They got a couple of big plays. Of course, it wasn't enough, but, they looked better than a lot of people thought, maybe. Later in the game, we started getting better pressure. We ended up with 5 sacks. Patrick Kearney, 3 sacks, all late in the game, including a fumble that pretty much iced it. So, that was special. Tapp and Hill got sacks of their own. So I'm happy with that how that came out. We got pressure when we needed it. We kept pressure off Hasselbeck when we needed to. They only had 2 sacks. Got occasional pressure, but for the most part we were pretty good in that area. We couldn't put them away. I think we had opportunities in the second half to put them away and couldn't do it. The fumble in the second half, the couple of drop passes. We missed 1 field goal. That was early, but still So I think we need to start capitalizing a little better. I think we can do a little better than what we're doing right now. But, excuse me, this new offense, I like it. It's leading to more points, more yards, and, yeah, we did real well. And, Josh, a couple special plays from that game. You had Josh Brown taking out Hester. That's a special moment for him. Kickers don't get to do that often, so that was pretty cool. Leroy Hill, who was questionable for this game, some people didn't think he would play. He had 10 tackles and a sack, and, he was just really huge for us out there. Probably our best player overall on the field, and, Kearney turned it up at the end and made sure that Chicago was leaving Seattle at 4-6 with all his quarterback pressures and stuff. So, happy with that. And, 10 games in, 6-4. Could be better. Maybe even should be better, but I'll take it. We're the best team in the league in terms of penalties. We have the fewest penalties in the league and fewest penalty yards. We kept that up against Chicago, just 2 for 20. Just the one turnover. For the most part, we played pretty good defense. And, our crowd got behind us and forced false start penalties, so next week we got St. Louis, and I'll talk about that when the time comes, but I think that's everything I have to say, other than Matt Hasselbeck. With McNabb really struggling against Miami, he's got pole position for third spot in the NFC Pro Bowl, so I think he's going to represent our team in that Pro Bowl. And Leonard Weaver's really coming along as a fullback. Really glad to see him play like he has.